Thank you very much, Tony. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our keynote presenter for this afternoon, White House Assistant Chef and Senior Policy Advisor for Healthy Food Initiatives, Sam Kass. Sam joined the White House in 2009 and became a Senior Policy Advisor for Healthy Food Initiatives in 2010. In this role, Mr. Kass advises the Let's Move initiative on food policy issues and overall program strategy. With a long interest in sustainable and nutritious ingredients, he helped First Lady Michelle Obama create the first major vegetable garden at the White House since the 1980s. And I'm really sorry to tell you that every day on my way to work in Sacramento, I walk past what used to be the wee vegetable garden that our former governor's wife, Maria Shriver, started, and now they've turned it back into a flower garden. And the flowers are lovely, but it's not the same as having a really, really big vegetable garden at the White House. A Chicago native, Mr. Kass took a job during college cooking at the restaurant 312 Chicago, and that set him on his current path. While finishing college abroad, he trained as a chef with one of Austria's greatest chefs, Chef Christian Domschitz in Vienna. And it's my great pleasure to introduce Sam Kass.
Thank you for that introduction, and thank you to the California Endowment and Kaiser Permanente for putting this on. Before I go anywhere, Tony, thank you for those comments. I hope by the end of my remarks, and then I'll hope to have a conversation and really take a lot of questions, you'll come to know that actually you are in the seat of power. You do have people at the very top who are advocating and fighting on behalf of these very issues. So actually, I fundamentally disagree with your last point. That's happening. That's happening. There's no question about it. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge Dr. Ross for his tireless dedication to health and wellness, both in California and throughout the country. The passion and enthusiasm he brings to such challenging set of issues is simply infectious. So thank you to Dr. Ross for all that he's done for so many years on this set of issues, please. And thank you to everybody here for all that you guys have been doing, day in and day out, morning to night, fighting on behalf of the youngest among us, working to ensure that they have the chance to live the prosperous lives that we know that they deserve. I thank you. The First Lady thanks you. Long before this issue was popular, before you read about this on a daily basis, you recognized what was at stake and dedicated your lives to working on obesity and its related health outcomes. It's simply because of the groundwork that you have laid that the First Lady has been able to do the work that she's doing these days. And it's because of our collective efforts that we are moving squarely in the right direction. And I really, truly believe that we have a chance to solve this problem once and for all. We know in the end that being successful means building communities in America that foster the health of its citizens. And this is especially true for the environments that our children live and play in. We know that in the end we won't be successful in this effort until we as a nation cherish wellness and health, good nutrition and physical activity as core American values. That's why the First Lady has approached these issues knowing that a broad, comprehensive, and long-term strategy is absolutely critical if we're going to solve the problem of childhood obesity in a generation. We have laid out an approach to tackle these issues that have 5 key pillars. We're focusing on schools, on access to healthy and affordable food, to early childhood, to empowering parents with the information they need to make the best decisions for their families, and for increasing physical activity amongst our young. A few months back, the First Lady celebrated the first anniversary of her campaign to solve the problem of childhood obesity and generation, to which she described it as a movement, I will say. But it was a celebration of a conversation in this country about the health and well-being of our children. It's a conversation about what our kids eat and how they move. It's about how they feel and how they feel about themselves. It's about what it means, not just for their physical and emotional health, but it's their success in school and it's their success in life. Over the past year, we've seen the first signs of a fundamental shift in how we live and how we eat. We've seen changes at every level of society, from classrooms to boardrooms to the halls of Congress. We've begun to see this change because people from all over the country, parents and teachers, doctors, small business leaders, have started to demand change. And we've started to move in a different direction. And you see, that's what Let's Move is all about. That's exactly what she was envisioning when the First Lady launched this. The First Lady started by listening to really where families were, what they were struggling with, and what they needed to ensure that their kids could live out their hopes and dreams. Because this really started with the First Lady as a mother. Her struggling, even as a professional, well-educated woman, how does she ensure that our kids are growing up healthy? So as we listen to parents across the country, we were hearing parents asking for more fresh and nutritious food in our communities. So we are working hard, tirelessly, to bring more grocery stores into underserved communities. Stay tuned for more on that in the months to come. Parents wanted healthier, more affordable options on grocery store shelves. So we've been working to collaborate with food companies and retailers to provide healthier products. For example, we worked with Walmart to announce a groundbreaking commitment to reduce added sugar by 10% and sodium by 25% and completely eliminate trans fats from the store, not only in their own products, but in all brands sold across their store. That impact that will have an impact across the entire marketplace. They're also working to reduce the price of fruits and vegetables and to ensure that the healthier options like whole wheat bread aren't more expensive than white bread, because we know that families should not have to pay extra just to have a healthy option. Parents are also asking for better information for the food that they're purchasing for their kids. So today we're seeing better labels on beverage cans, and you're going to see many more products across the store that has improved labeling in the months and years to come. Parents ask for better food in schools for their kids, just the same kinds that they're trying to put on their table every night when they go home. So the First Lady worked tirelessly with Congress, leaders and advocates to pass the Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act. This legislation, yeah, we need to clap for that. This legislation's a big deal. And Tony, you're absolutely right. It's not over yet. We have a long way to go to implementing this law to its fullest potential. But we have the right partners. The school professionals across the country are committed to doing this, and this will have a transformative impact on food served in schools. We're also working to put 6,000 salad bars in schools over the next 3 years with a coalition of folks who've stepped up to take that on. And we're working with thousands of chefs, my great colleagues across the country, to improve and support these efforts within the school. Parents ask for healthy communities that can sustain healthy families, so we're working with mayors, working with faith leaders and doctors and community leaders through a number of sub-initiatives to try to improve the nutritional and physical activity landscape in communities across the country. Parents ask for practical, affordable, real-life advice to keep kids healthy. So we've launched public service campaigns and giving simple tips to parents on our website. The American Academy of Pediatrics is now urging doctors not just to screen for obesity, but to actually write out prescriptions for activity and fruit and vegetables as part of their formal medicine. That's a really big deal. And we have just launched My Plate. Who has seen My Plate? Come on, guys. Come on. I'm so excited about My Plate, I just can't even tell you. Nobody thought the food pyramid was here forever, wasn't it? But the plate is a simple, easy-to-understand tool that actually is applicable to eating. It's amazing. We truly think that it's a powerful framework that can help simply guide families who are trying to make healthier choices for their kids and for themselves. Just to step back and think, that's only been about a year. And I could really go on. But that's just 1 year and a little bit. And so if we can do all this in 1 year, just imagine what we're going to achieve this year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Because this is something that the First Lady and the administration is committed to working on both while we're here and beyond. So we're really making some real progress. And I would argue, and I hear this from you all constantly, that we're gaining real momentum that we haven't seen or felt in this area maybe ever. But as far as we've come, and I am truly hopeful, but as far as we come, you know, nearly 1 in 3 kids are still overweight or obese. And it's clear that we have a long, long way to go.